Kathy. Hi, John. Hi, Cass. Hello, everyone.
We're doing this weird thing where Claudia and I have done time travel. I'm actually filming late at night, and Claudia is during the day. Because it looks like it's nighttime, right? FYI, everybody, I got some nasty thunderstorms rolling through my area. That's why it looks like it's so dark. Yes, my windows are open because thank you all for sharing your weather, but I didn't want the humidity, people. It's still only 70 degrees.
You get the humidity. Ha ha.
I did. It's 70 degrees, but it's 100% humidity outside because we get thunderstorms. So, yay.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry you're going to hear it.
Clouds again, so it's rolling through here too. So yeah. if you guys lose us, just know we had storms today. Hi, Donna.
We get storms. Yep. And I'm sorry, my windows are open because there is a slight cooling breeze to kind of counteract the humidity. So you're all going to hear the thunder when it rolls through. And if suddenly Nikki becomes de-illuminated, you know what happens. Yep.
Hi, Angela.
Angela, hey, Becky.
I have to show you. My dress has pink flamingos on it, and my cup coordinates. Oh, but
your other
my mug's over there.
Yeah,
I'll be drinking out of that mug on Wednesday, though. But yeah, my ice water is coordinating with my dress because that's how extra I am. Hi, Becky.
We don't mind being extra. We can do extra. Nikki's just in black, like she almost always is. So.
Well, welcome everyone. If you guys have not watched my haul videos, my daughter's amazing. She went to Hocking Hills. They were camping, they were canoeing, they were crystal mining. They did all these fun things, but they also went antiquing and brought me back a bunch of stuff for resale, which was amazing. I had no idea she was going to do that. She's like, well, I'm just grateful that you stayed with the cats. And I'm like, girl, this was a vacation. I just hung out and read books.
Guys, watch it. I watched them. I drooled, and I told her I'm in love with the bell. I'm in love with her bell. It's not a bell you think. It's not a ding-a-ling-a-ling bell. It's like a prop. So you have to go watch it to see what I'm talking about.
Yes, it's very cool.
We swore no more ding-a-ling bells. We said we weren't going to buy those anymore. Oh, see, Kaz watched it. Yes, they were great items that she got.
Yes.
And she's so adorable. Your daughter is so adorable. I loved the thumbnail. Loved it.
I hope she isn't mad at me for using her picture.
Oh well.
But probably if she still lived in town, she'd be on videos with me.
Yeah.
So now my boys, they have to be completely private. I am not ever supposed to mention that they exist. But my daughter's not like that at all.
Yeah, I do that with my two boys. They get stuck in videos sometimes. I used to take one of them, the younger one, shopping with me a lot, and the older one, he's moved in college right now, so he's not in some of them. But sometimes we meet up, and he collects vintage things. So his thing is pins, old pins, and he came across a little grouping of ones that were from Russia, like Soviet Russia. Back in the day, and some of them were from World War II, and he was so excited. He was like, all right, how do I look these up? So I was showing him like where to look for things, and he was like, oh my God, they're worth so much money, but I'm never going to sell them. I was like, dude, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to turn around and flip them. Oh, good. Thank you, Donna.
We really appreciate that. Yeah. We love what we do.
Yes, we do.
And speaking of, we are talking about Kemple glass today.
Yeah.
So I will start us off. I learned such cool things.
Oh yeah, Kemple glass is fun.
Yeah. And all of this started because I picked up a piece that when I did a Google image search, then it came up that it was probably Kemple glass. And I'm like, wow, I've heard of that before, but I don't think we ever done research. So that's why we decided to research. So it was John and Geraldine Kemple. They were a married couple, formed Kemple Glass in 1945. And she had a souvenir store, hey Bridget, that she actually sold in order to fund this. He was from a long line of glassmakers. So it wasn't something new to him, but he didn't own his own business. This was something they did together. So love that in 1945 that she funded the business that they ran together. And they bought a bunch of antique early American pattern glass molds. A bunch.
A lot.
So first they made them all in milk glass, because when all of these were originally made, they were made in clear glass, because this was when the presses became popular and glass was not hand cut anymore. And so it had only been made in clear glass. So they were making it just in milk glass until, did I write the date down? I think until the 60s, when they added colors into it. But originally they bought molds from the Mannington Art Glass Company of West Virginia. But some of those molds came from Gillander and Sons and Dithridge from the 1800s. They also bought molds from H.M. Tusca, and those molds can be traced back to Flint glass and Wilson glass. So we're talking old. Hey, Bonnie. Yeah, I miss Bridget too, Bonnie. So then they bought molds from between 1950. So that's what they bought originally when they started out. And then between 1950 and 1957, they bought another 300 molds from McKee, which included the press cut series with designs. And I've only ever found one press cut piece, maybe two, that I've sold. And now I'm wondering if it wasn't Kemple glass, because they left the press cut on there. If they could fit a K on, they did. But otherwise, they just put stickers on them that said that they were by the Kemple Glass Company. So the one I sold may not have been press cut because it was milk glass. I remember that. The designs such as Aztec, Toltec, Sextet, I can't even read my own writing, Martec, Bontec, Carltec, Plutec, Quintec, Valtec, and Utec.
They sold Aztec to Utec, A to Y. They sold them all.
Utec was the most popular. So they owned more than 1,100 molds during the 25 years they were in business. How crazy. Antique molds. That to me is crazy. They were just a small business. At most, they only ever had 50 employees. Hi, Marcy. Yeah. So it's not like they were huge, but they had all of these molds they'd purchased. I think it's amazing. So they made, let's see, in 1970, then John died. And he'd been sick for a few years before that. And Geraldine had actually been running the company without him for like the last 3 years of his life. So when John died, she decided to retire. She sold over 800 of those 1,100 molds to the Wheaton Historical Association. The Wheaton Historical Association made reproductions of this from 1970 to 1979 in a range of colors that were marked Wheaton Wear with a sticker through 1974, then Wheaton Craft in 1977 through 1979. The molds were then put into, I found two differing things on this. One said they went into a museum, and one said they've been in storage, but they've never been used again.
Right.
But it's interesting that these molds were from the 1800s, and then were in production by the Kemple Glass Company, and then in production by Wheaton through 1979. So this is why when we talk about how hard it is to identify glass, this is another reason of exactly why it is so difficult. You have to know what colors each of these companies produce this glass in. So if it's clear glass, it could be antique glass from the late 1800s. If it was milk glass, hey, Roy, most likely it is Kemple, but Kemple did some colors, and then Wheaton also did colors. So yeah, it's crazy. They started in Ohio in 1945, but in 1956, the factory they were leasing burned to the ground, and they moved to West Virginia. So here again, we have the Ohio Valley where so much glass was made. And then I think, mention some pieces are marked with the K imprinted into the glass, but most pieces just had a sticker. Now, their stickers were very clearly Kemple reproductions.
Yeah.
So they were letting people know that these were not original molds. These were Kemple, the Kemple company reproducing this. They never tried to pass anything off as something it wasn't. They were very open about that. Let's see. I think that was everything I had. Yep, because I covered the 50 employees. So that's Kemple glass, but the arc of those molds, and that they are still in existence, and that maybe someday, wherever they're being stored right now, they could be produced again. Like,
Yeah,
love that.
that would be awesome. I would like that. So you have just a few things to add. Claudia had mentioned that John Kemple came from a very long line, 5 generations, actually, 5 generations of glassmakers, and he started working at 11. So wrap your brain around that. Let's send my 11-year-old to a glassmaking company where he's going to get burned and breathe in lead. Let's do that. But he's sorry about the thunder, guys. But he started at 11, and he did work for Fostoria for a brief amount of time. So the man knew what he was doing for sure. Now, they listed their stuff, and it was in quotes, so this is how they sold their stuff: authentic antique reproductions. And I love what they did, because like Claudia said, they kept to that one color. From what I saw, it was like 1956. After that, they started introducing color, but they first started with a honey amber and a light amber. And then by the time Wheaton had took over, and Wheaton actually sold them under 2 different names. They sold them as Wheaton Ware, which was kind of like a glass party thing, like Tupperware. And what was another? Oh, the Tiara Sandwich Company. That was it. That was the other one. So like that. And then after that, in like 1975 era, they went to Wheaton Craft, and then they just sold through retail stores. I saw the same thing, that they had a lot sitting in storage. Now, some Kemple is decorated, and Geraldine for a little while did it all herself, and then realized, oop, that's become a little bit too much. And so they farmed it out to other people. And they have a few who did specific things, like Pizzarella, he did scenery. And Mr. Wilson did the decals. And Hans Meyer did the boxes and the trays, the decorating on those. But the fact that she did a lot of that herself by hand, I thought was really cool. Like Claudia said, 1945 she started this. Women didn't have businesses then. The fact that she had one and could sell it to make this other company, I think is just, I thought it was just kind of amazing. They did do other colors, but it was really Wheaton that had pushed the other colors. They did them in amber, blue, green, pearl, and pearl crystal were the main colors they did. And I have some pictures to show you stuff of what they did. So here we go. See this picture? It's good.
Wow.
We're good. It's getting closer. Woo! Okay. So this piece right here was originally done by Dithridge. It was done again, and I'll show you another picture that's all in white, and it was done by Kemple. So that's one piece that was done by Kemple. Wait, this next one's really going to blow people's minds. I love this. See the lion? This was done by 4 different glass companies. It was done by Westmoreland. It was done by Imperial. It was done by Kemple. Kemple did it too, and I'm trying to say if there was somebody else. Oh, Atterbury. It's based on an original Atterbury design. So you're never going to know, because 4 different glass companies made the exact same thing, which is kind of awesome. All right, so this piece right here, this was done by Kemple, the little rooster. I've been watching too many New England things. My New England accent might slip out, guys. Sorry. Here, this is for you, Kaz. I picked this one just for you. They did the horse, which is originally an older glass company. So this would have been in clear.
Swan.
Yeah, I know, right? So all of these would have been done in clear glass, but they were known for their milk glass. This is a milk glass book. So here's that first pattern I showed you. So see, this one, not done by Kemple. These ones, done by Kemple. So you could tell the difference between the two of them. Personally, I like the one with the blue. Not going to lie. I think that's actually really neat. So, right, not all repops are created equal. Roy is right. Sometimes repops are worth more than the original. You never know. This is one of my favorites, though. Look at the different styles of these Indian head ones. These were originally done in clear glass. Kemple redid them in the milk glass. So if you see, I popped the cat. We were watching stuff about Bahaba, and you have to say Bahaba like that if you're from New England. This is the way it is. So if you see a pattern, like Claudia and I were talking about, I held up by this pen thing last week. If you see a pattern that's like this and has all these like swirly decals and the buzz saws and everything else, and it's in milk glass and you're scratching your head, it could be Kemple. Just be aware it could be Kemple. So that's what I had on Kemple glass. That's it for me too. It's a small little history.
It was a really fun one to research.
Yeah.
I was blown away by the fact that she was right there beside her husband running the business from the beginning. Like she did all the front office stuff.
Yep.
And, you know, she funded them beginning the business. And then the amount of molds that they bought over the, like in 25 years, they had bought and produced 1,100 antique molds. That's crazy.
Yeah. That
So
is
it's a very cool company. Very cool.
They were, and they had a very short lifespan. They were only in operation for 25 years. Yep. So very short lifespan, and a lot of their milk glass is actually really sought after by certain collectors, especially because it is, I mean, when are you going to be able to get a hold of a piece that's really antique, but it's just the mold that's antique? You're buying the piece in milk glass. Sometimes reproductions are a better value for your buck because you're going to get something you might never have gotten before. I have an example of that coming up later that you guys might get to buy today. Do you want me to go first?
I will let you go first since you're
okay. So since we have everybody here, before we get going, I just want to let you all know this will be Claudia and mine's last sale, Monday's Glass with Class at 1 p.m. We're going to the nighttime, people.
I'm not leaving ya.
I had to do the dramatic pause. We're going to be moving to 6 p.m. on Monday nights. It'll still be on Claudia's channel. We'll still be teaching everybody stuff. But instead of having lunch with us, maybe you have dinner or a little glass of wine and sit out on your porch and enjoy the sunset or something. I see, look, I scared everybody. I got We're just moving to the night. We're going to try out the nighttime a little bit more. You're still going to get the same thing, but maybe more people will be able to pop in because, you know, it's the summertime and that kind of thing. So check us out.
See how that
Monday
goes.
night.
6 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, there you go, Bridgie, at 3 p.m. snack. So yes, 6 p.m. Eastern time, not West Coasters. You could still be having a snack with us, or maybe you're waking up from your nap, or maybe we put you to sleep, although I don't know how my big mouth puts anyone to sleep. Yes, exactly, Angela, exactly. So right after we're done, you guys pop over and watch Angela's sale. It's awesome. They do very similar stuff. So it's like you're going to learn everything on Monday nights. You're going to learn all you need to know on Monday nights between the four of us.
So we're just going to keep it still at the hour that it is. We're not going to.
Yeah.
Just 6 to 7. That's the plan. Hi, Monica.
Yeah, West Coasters, start drinking. It's 5 o'clock here. I allow that. We allow that. Now it's getting loud. But every time I shut this window, it gets really stuffy in here. Oh. All right. So I'm going to shut it a little bit. Everybody okay?
We went for a little ride.
I'm sorry about that, y'all. I'm sorry. But the window's thick and it's really deluging now. Like I'm getting ready to build an ark. Okay. Okay, everybody. Let's start the sale. All right. So first up. I love this piece. This is from the This is from the 50s. And look at, I'm all tilted. All right. Here we go. This is from the 50s. This is a Federal glass piece. It is
Close your eyes, Jazz.
And I know, right? It is hollow. Now, I saw some that had said that, some reports that it said that this would have been filled with candy. This could have been a candy piece too. Like think the Boyd pieces, that they're nice and empty, but they're being marketed as bookends. Bookends. It almost looks like a unicorn, right? But it's just a little swirly piece of his mane. So it's clear glass. It is super duper pretty. It's not really heavy either, and I've lost my ruler. It's this big. It's that big. So, oh, you have it in frosted? Oh, that's awesome. I just thought it was super pretty. It does have some flea bites right here on the bottom. That's not uncommon with these pieces. But if you're interested in the horse head, it's going to be $15, number 89. $15, number 89. Holy crap, I feel like I have to yell over the rain.
We can't hear the rain. All I heard was that
Okay.
one thunderclap. Other than
Okay,
that,
good.
you're
If you
good.
can't hear the rain, that makes me feel better because it's loud. It's loud. Okay. Next up, whoop, disappeared. This is the big piece. I have a piece of glass big. I had 2 of these in the same color and the same pattern, but the other one has sold. This is the divided dish by glass big. It's not going to show up, but it's got the pretty marigolds on the front. So this is kind of my whites into the yellowy orange shade of the rainbow. I love these, just make me happy.
Yes, that is such a happy pattern.
Yeah, and it's in great shape. Look at how good that's in great shape, guys. Really good for those summer picnics and on the beach. It goes from the fridge to the oven and right to the table. You don't even have to cook anything in it. I just thought these were great for outdoor picnics, and it's very fun and summery. So if you're interested in the glass bake, a divided, perfect edition, this doesn't have a lid. I don't know if this one would have because it's divided. I think it was more of a serving piece.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. If you're interested in this, guys, it's going to be $10, number 87. $10, number 87. And those are my first 2.
All right. And just like every other week of this month, Nikki starts out with the clear, but I leave my clear at the end. So I start out with the Roy G. Biv. I have, if you saw my haul, I have these. These are amazing. Amazing. And my daughter picked these up. I didn't even see them. Like she had the eye last week. These are the little juice glasses. They are this size. Let me tell you how tall they stand. Like 3 5/8. And these are New Martinsville. And they were made from 1932 to 1940 in a variety of super pretty, rich colors. Because New Martinsville had those gorgeous colors. And this pattern is called Moondrops. Moondrops. No chips, no cracks on either. And you get both of them for $12. Number 5. Hi, Rebecca. $12. Number 5 for the New Martinsville Moondrops juice glasses. It's just they're just gorgeous. That's all I got to say about them. They're just gorgeous. And my next piece is little marigold carnival ruffled dish. This one has a big bubble in the glass right there, which is kind of fun. And this is one that my daughter picked up in at an antique store when she was in Hocking Hills while I was cat sitting. And I couldn't figure out which company made this one. I tell you what, my search, I don't know if it was my brain or if it was my phone, is like, haha, we're not going to tell you what anything is. I was having the hardest time trying to identify all of the gorgeous glass that she picked up and bought me. This one at its widest point is 6 inches. So it would make a really nice trinket dish. This is my orange color. $8. $8, number 9. And those are my 2.
Oh, I love that little piece. It's so pretty. Okay, now I'm doing pink instead of my red this week. So we got Pink Pink You Stink. This is the Miss America pattern. This is the 12-inch serving platter. Miss America pattern is harder to find. It is not an easy pattern to find. It almost looks like the bow knot. It's got the little pieces inside. You can just kind of see that they're inside all these little pretty diamonds. So it's kind of like a combination of a couple of different patterns. It is depression glass. And like I said, this is a hard pattern to find, especially in the pink. So 12 inches long. It's just super pretty. It's in beautiful, beautiful condition. And it's nice and meaty. Like some depression glass you'll pick up, it's not. Some of it is. This is super, super duper meaty. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So if you're interested in the Miss America pattern, I'm going to give you a really good deal. $15, number 85. $15, number 85. Now, we talked about reproductions. So Kemple was a reproduction. I've got a fun reproduction. Yes, Rebecca, we are. We're going to 6 p.m. on Mondays. Same day, same channel. We're just changing the time. We're having a little fun with it. So we talked about this. I talked about Did I Get Duped? If you saw that episode of it, Did I Get Duped? This was the piece. This is canary yellow. So it would have been called canary glass, or as we call it now, Vaseline glass. This is a reproduction, but it is a reproduction by a company that is known for just doing reproduction. I'm trying to get the little R to show up there at the bottom. There's a little keystone shield in the center with an R in the center. It is called Rosso. It's made by Phil Rosso. This does glow. It does glow. Look, with the light on. Look at that. Woo! Woo! It glows beautifully. It is an eye wash. So we can't always get a hold of Vaseline glass or canary glass, and this is why sometimes the repros are better. It is a vintage piece. It is super duper cool. I know he used a lot of old molds as well. Little guy, because it's an eye wash. I don't know how many people were washing their eyeballs, but apparently a lot back in the day, because you can find these. But when I find them in neat colors, I pick them up, or ones that are really antique. So if you're interested in this one, it's going to be $10, number 73. $10, number 73 on that, baby. And those are mine too. Oh, Rebecca, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're just going to try it out for next month, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. We are not committed to anything. We're just going to try it out for the month of July. All right. So I see Becky for 73.
Thank you, Becky.
I also have a glowy glass. This piece is amazing.
Oh my God.
Amazing. This is Tiffin. Turn that back on. It has this swirl. They did a compote this size, and then they did a taller compote with this. They also did candlesticks with this swirl. So it was a very Tiffin thing to do. And this one stands, let's see, like 4 3/4 inches tall, but it is 7.5 inches wide. So it is wider than it is tall. And it's this gorgeous satin glass. No chips, no cracks. It's just beautiful and so stinking glowy. So glowy.
Oh, I'm drooling over this piece.
In the sunlight, you get that Vaseline look where you can see like the green in the yellow glass. So this one, $50, number 20. $50, number 20. And there are 2 of this exact one currently listed on eBay. One for $74.95 and one for $145. So
it's a deal, guys.
$50, number 20. I don't always tell you what eBay's got them listed, but when it's the exact same piece.
And it's not, Tiffin didn't do a lot of pieces in that color shade at all either, if memory serves.
All right, so that was the Roy. Now we're on to the G of our Roy G Biv. And I have these adorable little bowls. I own these. So she had picked these up for me, but I have the big one, and then I have all of the little berry bowls that go with it. They have feet.
Mm-hmm.
Little feetsies. These are so stinking cute. But because I owned them, I never looked them up. And the pattern is called Burple.
Yep.
It's so funny. Yep. So these are just tiny little berry bowls. They're so stinking sweet. So these are diet ice cream bowls. If you're on a diet, this is the ice cream bowl for you.
Boy, they're my ice cream bowls because I have like 2 tablespoons of ice cream and that's about it.
So these are Anchor Hocking, of course. And for both of them, just $10, number 1. No chips, no cracks. They're in beautiful condition. But since I already have a full set of them, I was willing to bring them for my G of the Roy G Biv this week. $10, number 1.
I love those. I had those too in that color, and I love them because to me, they were one of Anchor Hocking's best made pieces because they were so intricate, and they reminded me of like sea urchin, something under the ocean, which is why I really love them.
Yeah, somebody on eBay actually had them listed as the oyster and pearls.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see where somebody would mess that up. I could be honest. Okay, I'm on my greens. I'm on my greens. I did my yellow and pink last week. Here's my green. It does not glow. I will say that. It is a crackle base. I have no idea who made it. It is hand blown. There is a nice console on the bottom there. It's not super smooth, but it's also not super rough. We have a clear applied handle. And it's a little guy. I've got some window ledge stuff. 4.5 inches tall. So a little guy, 4.5 inches tall, sits perfectly on a window. Pretty little crackle piece. These were made by lots of different companies. So maybe you're looking to add to your rainbow because you don't have a green one. So this green baby here, he's going to be $8, number 78. $8, number 78 for my green piece. I have a couple of blue pieces this week. So I have a lighter blue piece. I've shown it before, but I'm bringing it back because it's just gorgeous. This is Dagenhart, little salt cellar guy, little tiny guy. They have the little berries in their mouth, and the detail on these are fantastic. Each feather is done up. The little tail feathers have really nice detail on them too. If you have your little bluebirds of happiness, this will slide really nicely into that collection as well because they're small. They're little big salt cellars. So from tip to tail, he's about 3 inches wide. Like I said, if you got a little birdie sitting on your window, there you go, little birdie sitting on your window. So if you're interested in the little Dagenhart, a salt cellar baby, and you could, I suppose, put one of those fat little candles in there that they used to sell, those little fat chunky monkeys. $10, number 91. $10, number 91 on this little guy, and those about too. Quick grab.
I love that color. It's toothpaste blue.
Yes.
And I have 2 of those in other colors in my salt cellar collection. I do like those a lot. All right. I have the Indiana Glass Hen on Nest Blue Carnival. No chips, no cracks on this piece. And like that, I had the one where the mold was screwed up a bit. And so the pieces weren't fully formed. There's no mold issues here. So this one's in beautiful condition. And it's the standard size for Indiana Glass Hen on Nest. But I will show you that there are no chips, no cracks, no damage to his comb, no damage to his tail feather, her comb, her tail feather. So beautiful condition. Hen on Nest. She's very sweet. $30, number 13. $30, number 13.
I love the color.
And my next piece I'm in love with. So it's crystal, but it's pale purple. And I could not figure out what company made this. Let me see if I can get a white piece of paper behind it so that you can see the lavender, lilac. It's so stinking pretty. I found one that was identical to it, but it was clear glass and not purple. And it was marked, it had a sticker made in Poland. So maybe it's crystal made in Poland. I don't know, but it is gorgeous. It's a nice heavy rose bowl crystal and about 4.5 inches tall. It's just beautiful. I love this pattern on it. This one is going to be $20, number 19. $20, number 19. Yeah, Kaz, I knew you'd like that.
It is super pretty.
It's so pretty. The ring light blows it out, but you can tell it's purple when it's sitting next to something. Do I have something clear? Let's see.
You can tell it has like a blush of some, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have fun with that and put a betta fish in it. I would put a little betta fish in it and put in like little pieces of my pothos so that it could nibble on the little ends and just have a little, I just think a little pretty betta fish. It'd be cruel because it's really small for a betta fish, but for a few days it could sit in there. Okay, going on with my blue. Going on with my blue. Now I had the goblets in this. They have sold. So I've got now this is listed as an ice cream dish, a wine glass. Oh, you got Cas for number 19 and a vase. This is a company, yeah, guppies, yeah. This is a company that we don't see all that often. This is pretty much what they did. This is made by the Independence Company. They did the octagonal shaped stuff. They came in a variety of colors, and they would have sizes from here and the goblets. And I have no idea. This is supposed to be something you drink out of. I would have a hard time drinking out of this. I'm going to be honest. It is a little weighty. I'm going to say that it's weighty. But then again, like that's the amount of space you have to put your mouth. I'm not sure I dig that, but as a really pretty cobalt vase, it makes a lot more sense. Or because it looks like an ice cream sundae dish, right? Or you have a nice little ice cream sundae in that. Just so you can see how tall it is. It is just around 7 inches tall. So like I said, that's why I make a real pretty vase. And Claudia and I want the 90s cobalt to come back. So I have a nice little stash of cobalt sitting over there for when it does. Hey, Halen.
Hi,
So if you're interested in and this is by, like I said, Independence. It was done in the 60s. You can tell when you see all the funky colors and sizes into the 70s. If you're interested in this gorgeous cobalt piece, it's going to be $8, number 75. $8, number 75 on that, baby. Now I'm getting into
I got you down for that.
Now I'm getting into my weird. See, there's my weird little accent again. I'm in my weird stuff. So I've had this for a while. It's just been sitting there. I was kind of hoping that I would find the rest of the pieces that go with it. But maybe you have this. Maybe you need one more of these. I don't know. Maybe you just dig this and you know exactly what you're going to do with it. Now, the gold is a little worn on the sides. These are very hard to get a hold of, that everything's in perfect condition. This is Federal Glass. This was done by the Federal Glass Company. I don't know if I'm going to get that medallion to show up there. But the shield is down there. It says Federal Glass F. I think they call this the Harlequin pattern.
I don't know, but I love it.
I just can't remember. But this would have had a bunch of smaller. So these are snack bowls. So you put your nuts, your popcorn, whatever. And it came in had a bigger bowl. And then these would be, your guests would go and you'd put some in there and you'd walk around. And like when we were fancy, like when we did things fancy, like we don't do fancy anymore. Now it's like paper plates and crap like that. So this would be your little snack bowl. It could be a little glass to drink out of too. You could use it to plant something in. Absolutely. It will work for that. But maybe you have the rest of the set. I don't know. If you're interested in this little guy, he's going to be just $5, number 90. $5, number 90. It would be really cute for many different little purposes. Yes, fancy all the way every day. And I miss that. And those are mine too.
And I see Lynn came in, and Nikki and I will be taking part in Lynn's Christmas in July on the 4th of July shop hop. So you will have to check all of us out for our awesome Christmas items on the 4th of July. And we will be having our regular sale. Just remember that it will be moved on the 3rd to 6 p.m. So if you're just coming in, you missed that. For the month of July, we are going to test out an evening time. We'll do 6 to 7, and we'll see how that goes. And then you can check out Angela and Heather Elizabeth right after us and learn all kinds of stuff on Monday evenings.
That's right. Okay, we're going to make Monday educational Mondays. That's what we're going with here. We're going to teach all of you fools everything and learn stuff ourselves because we're foolish too.
All right, so my next 3 items will be the color of the trans flag, showing support for my trans friends. And the first is the blue. Oh, this blue is so good. The ring light kind of washes it out. It's just such a beautiful blue. And usually I see these in satin and I don't like them near as well as this one. And this is one my daughter picked out for resale. Isn't that gorgeous? It's this size. At its highest point, 7.5 inches. The bowl of it, a little over 6 inches. It's gorgeous. I love it. So, of course, Indiana glass. No chips, no cracks. I love this little leaf into the flower kind of thing. I love everything about this design. It is a $15 number 2. $15 number 2 on that. And then if you saw my haul, you probably already saw all this stuff, but I've talked before about how the Indiana Glass Princess candy dishes, they stack. So if you've already got one of these with the lid and you want to stack it on top of this one, that's what they were made for. So always pick these up even without the lids because they were made to stack. And I wish I had the clear one because I would have kept this and stacked it right on my dresser and jewelry would have gone straight into it. No chips, no cracks. It is the pink. Hopefully that's coming across. There, you can see it's the pink. And you see this advertised as depression glass. It is not depression glass. This was made by Indiana Glass later, but it kind of is the depression pink color, but it's not depression glass. So if you see it advertised as depression glass, it's not really. All right, Becky, I see you for the blue glass. So the bottom of a pink princess candy dish, $12, number 14. $12, number 14, and those are my two for this round. Both Indiana Glass.
Oh, they were both really pretty. I have yet to find one of those. Now I'm going to be on the really sharp lookout because I love the idea that they're stackable.
Yeah.
Because so many things, like it's a great, because I'm always throwing my jewelry. And chapstick. I have these things all over the house, and it'd be nice to have them like separated, I guess is what I should say.
Or you can even use them on your desk for your paper clips and your push pins and that kind of stuff too, or to organize scrapbooking supplies. There's so many uses, and then it would be pretty.
Yeah, I like that idea. Okay, this is one of my favorite pieces I picked up at this little barn. So, is it wrong that I thought of your mom when I found this?
Oh, I love it.
So pretty.
I didn't even show her. I was like, nope, she'll want it.
So this is the glass insert, and it comes with the little hanging. I'm going to blind you all with my light.
It's amazing.
The little piece. I have no idea who made this. There is an Italian company that has very similar style because I looked this up and looked this up. Very similar styling in here. It is not, it did have at one point in time this sticker. Its sticker was right here. So I don't think it is Italian. It's one of those oval stickers that kind of reminds me of the old school made in Japan stickers. That's kind of where I'm leaning, but I can't say for certain. But it is a 3, silver plated, because it does have that nice little patina on it. Candle holder. It is so pretty. It is so much fun. This, I don't know, is gorgeous. It is. It's really, really gorgeous. Yeah. Not super heavy. Not super heavy at all, because the piece of glass itself is super duper light. But I just love that it had the little hanging.
I love everything about this. Everything. It's amazing.
It's so cool. And I've gotten into these, thanks to Angela. I've gotten into my flower frogs and I use them all the time. So if you're interested in this guy right here, it's going to be just $15, number 93. $15, number 93. And I love the little ribbing too, because it has that like fall pumpkin. I think in the fall, this would be gorgeous with all the purplies. Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I'm ending Rainbow Month with an instant rainbow collection. And it was really hard not to say connection right there. I'm just going to let all of you all know that all week, since like Saturday, for the past couple of days, I've been humming the Rainbow Connection in my head because of this. So they're all tinies. So we're going to start off with pink. This is a super duper duper pale pink cordial. I cannot identify the maker. It is like super duper pale pink. So you can just see it in the stem there.
Angela, I absolutely see that sitting right on the middle of your table.
I know, right? I do too. It is so cute. So we've got pink. Then we've got amber. Ooh, almost knocked it over. Then we've got the amber one there. The little flower etching on it is super cute too. These would sit very nicely in a window. Green, which does not glow. I tried. We had a conversation. It just didn't feel like doing it. So the green next. Then we've got the blue.
I love these.
They're so cute. The purple. Oh, and not to be outdone, the smoke. The smoke glass.
Oh,
so it is a set of 6. And I ended the rainbow season with the rainbow. I was so excited when I did that. So you'll get the pink, the amber, and the green. Those are the first 3 there. Because I'm not holding up more than 3 because I almost knocked you all over anyways, right? the blue, the purple, and the smoke. It is an instant rainbow collection. Very excited to bring this to you guys. And if you're interested, $12 for the whole set, number 74. $12, number 74.
That is a great price.
It's a really good price. Bridget, you want number 93? It's yours, girl, if you want it. I can see it sitting on your table too, girl.
Yep.
And that's my ends.
I can see it on my mom's table. That I love that piece. Love it. Okay, so my last two are my boring ones, my milk glass and my clear glass. This is another one that my daughter picked up. And it's the juice. I've never seen the tiny juice pitcher. It's so stinking cute. And this is the thinner milk glass instead of the thick, heavy milk glass. Like I had that big Indiana glass pitcher. It was that really thick. So this it's lighter, but just a little juice. It's like a 16-ounce pitcher. So adorably cute. No chips, no cracks. I just love that she just was thinking of me when she was antiquing and just decided she just picked me up glass for resale. I thought that was the coolest thing. This guy stands at its highest point. It helps if I have it the right way, huh? 7 inches at its highest point, like right here. So it's just an itty bitty baby. $10, number 10. Yes, Kathy. Breakfast in bed, your little juice pitcher. Perfect for that. $10, number 10. And then my last one, I got this at a yard sale a couple weeks ago, but it was so, I don't know if it went into a haul video or not, but it was so filthy. And then once I got it clean, it has a manufacturer's defect. So the price is going to be good on it because of that. It's a tumble up.
I love these.
Etched clear glass tumble up. Oh, I think I did show it. And look, it's got a butterfly. There's a butterfly, and then there's flowers on this. So there's the cup. And then there's just flower on the bottom. I know, Becky, my daughter's awesome. So I don't know who made it, but it's nice and clean. But there is, inside the glass, there is black.
Huh.
And it's here in this spot right above my finger. And then there's a smaller spot. Now I'm not even going to be able to see it. Oh, here. Right there. And it's inside the glass. So during manufacturing, it got some dirt blown in there. And that's what happened. But it is a sweet little tumble up. So it's only going to be $10, number 6. $10, number 6. And those were all my items. Yeah, I have to be so careful where I set things.
Yeah.
And with my cats, what I've done is I follow their patterns of where they like to walk. And then I just make sure those spaces are clear. And then they generally leave everything. Because you can imagine I have glass everywhere. They leave everything else alone. Awesome, Carol. Got you down for that. Also, because Thursday I will be on Beth's channel, Carolina Sweet Treats and Carolina Princess Sweet Treats and Pretties with Brie Gia. Yay! I will not be billing until after that sale. So I will be invoicing on the weekend and not before Thursday night, just so you know. And that sale's going to be 6 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I love it.
I'm with you, Angela. I'm all of a sudden I'm seeing them more and more and more on like talk shows and news shows and things like that. Instead of like a pitcher of water, I'm seeing these tumble ups sitting next to them because it used to be like a pitcher of water or a bottle of water. I'm seeing these more and more. So they're definitely coming back, and they're so clever to have. I've told you guys before, stick your mouthwash in them, make it look pretty, put it out, put your mouthwash out. You know, we say this all the time. Use your pretties. Use the pretties.
Yes, it's what they were made for. Use them.
Yep. Every night when I cook, I have my Pyrex I use for my mixing bowls, which I hand wash Pyrex. I have my mother's old mixing bowls that are glass or crystal. I use my dishes, my depression glass uranium dishes. I eat off of them every day. That's right. Hashtag use the pretties, people. That's what especially the depression glass stuff. You know, use it. It's fun. It's super fun to use.
Yeah, I made brownies on Saturday because it was my parents' anniversary. And so they went out for the day, and the brownies were, I timed it perfectly. So the brownies were just about to come out of the oven when they came home. But I used my mom. She has 2 sets of Pyrex. One is the mixing bowls and one is the princess bowls. The princess bowls are the daisy pattern. And
That's what mine are.
those. She got those when she got married. And then the other one is, I think, it's got the wheat on it. The shades of oranges and like russet colors that my uncle gave to her in the last couple of years. And so I was mixing the brownies in those. But yes, use the pretty things. Use them.
I have my Diamond Point black amethyst wine glasses that I drink out of every night. My wine goes in there, and it keeps you honest because you know back then they were not drinking that much. We didn't have these mammoth, mega pints of wine. So it keeps you honest. It's an 8-ounce glass of wine. So now I've had 2 glasses of wine. Okay. But if I pour it in one of my other ones, I'm like, no, I think I need a little bit more. And the next thing you know, I've got
20-ounce glasses.
Yeah. Or there looks like there's enough.
Of wine.
Yeah, this looks like there's enough. There's only a little bit. I'm going to pour it in. The next thing I know, I've got a 20-ounce glass of wine. I'm like, well, this is going to be a long night. They keep it. I know there are many of us out there who are trying to be health conscious, who are trying to do things to maybe eat a little bit better. And using some of the older stuff is absolutely the way to go, because that
it makes their appetite sizes smaller.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Exactly. And I have a Hall coffee mug. I'm not lucky as Claudia is. She finds the best mugs, guys. The best mugs. Watch her mug sale. The best mugs. I never find them. Or if I find them, they're beat up or they're not a really good price. Well, I finally found a Hall one that's white and green on the bottom, and I absolutely love it. I drink my coffee out of it every morning, because if you have a Keurig, really shouldn't be going over the 8-ounce mark. I believe it's actually 6.
Yeah, the amount of coffee inside the pods is recommended for the 6-ounce. Otherwise, you're drinking pretty weak coffee.
Yeah. So I drink 8 ounces. I'm like, well, I can do another 2 ounces. That's okay. I really don't put a lot of cream in my coffee at all. So it fills that up perfectly. Otherwise, you end up with a mug and you're like, it's half full. Why is it only half full? Because we made things so much bigger, Now, I mean, back in the day, this would have held a whole chicken and probably potatoes and carrots around the side of it. Now our chickens look like they're Arnold Schwarzenegger. You need a truck to back them in. Can you tell them a vegetarian?
Oh my goodness, it's so true. You can tell what kind of day I'm having versus if I'm using one of my vintage coffee cups or the big ones my daughter buys me.
Yes, exactly. And I've tried to cut back on the coffee. I've tried really, really hard to not guzzle coffee. And 1 8-ounce cup of coffee a day. I tried so hard. But it makes you feel fancy, because we're so used to just eating on like white plates that we bought from Walmart or the dollar store or whatever. I love it when I see people set the table, like Claudia's mom sets the table like nobody's business. She really, really does. And it's all clear glass.
And we eat off of actual silver. That silver sat in the container for all of my childhood under the china cabinet. Way. And it maybe came out for Easter once a year, maybe. And when I started doing this, Mom was like, I'm going to pull it out and use it. It is set there. We're gifted it when we got married. It hardly has ever gotten used. And we use it for every meal. I'm sitting there eating my breakfast eggs with her wedding silver. Love it. Love it.
Yep. And I love that you all are doing that too.
Yeah, Kaz, I love that.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to use your stuff. I mean, be delicate, hand wash it, don't be dropping it in your sink.
If it gets broken, it was used and loved.
That's right. That's right. Oh no, it does. It makes you feel like, Ez is absolutely right. It makes you feel like you're dining like royalty. Like, if you're sitting down for dinner, don't drink out of one of these or your other bottles. Pour it actually into a fancy goblet and drink it out of a fancy goblet. Put a little slice of lemon in it, and you'll find that, wow, this was light a candle in one of those little candle holders that we sell you all, and do it and have some fun with it, for crying out loud. Set the outside table, take a picture next. And the rich and famous do this. They only have paper plates, you can too. This is a public service announcement for Monday. Because it's raining and we finished early.
Do not forget, we are moving to nights next week. So July 3rd, we will be on at 6 p.m. Eastern. And
we're going to talk about fancy glass.
Hopefully you won't all be celebrating 4th of July and not at home that night.
Yes. I'm trying to. Yeah, next week we're going to talk about. I'm going to try to say it. Claudia, because I don't think it's fancy French glass, antique French glass, because we're going to be a little fancy. Porto and Valorshal. I will spell it out, and we will just be saying P&V. We're talking about P&V glass or VP glass. VP glass, very important French glass. Something you all have probably never heard of. It'll be really fun to show you all the fancy pictures. So we're gonna be fancy.
Yep.
So that's it for my end. I got my sale this Thursday on Whatnot. Angela, this week I will be selling the blow your own organ. Ad will be.
Angela, you need to voice message it to both of us on Instagram so I can hear how I'm not going to try and pronounce it.
Yeah, no, we're not going to. I can't say Canawa right. You're going to get me to say some weird French name. Not happening. So we'll have Angela do it, and then every time we go to say it, it'll be Angela's voice. I'm doing right. What can I say? And Claudia's got a ton of sales coming up this week.
Yep. So I've got coffee chat and a small sale. So if you saw it in one of my hauls, it might be up in my coffee chat and small sale on Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. And then I will be on Beth's channel Thursday evening, 6 p.m. Beth and me and Bree. I'm so excited. That's going to be a blast.
And mark your calendars for the 4th because we're both going to be at the Drop Pop. It goes from
Christmas in July. I don't remember the times. I haven't written it down yet.
I want to say it's like 2 to 6 because I'm wrapping it up at 6. So
that sounds right because I think I'm on at 2:30. Lynn's on at 2. Yeah. So you'll just have to follow the shops. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
All right. Have a fantastic week and we will see you guys in the chats.
Bye, guys.
Bye.